that stretch day.
Yeah. With that stretch one.
How long you be holding for?
We did like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 48 poses for 30 seconds?
Oh, man.
You did that?
Me and him, we could always right in the living room last night.
Sheesh.
Yeah, my daughter hit me. But it went fast. It ain't nothing in poses. Pass the gas.
It's crazy how they ease everything up for them. That's crazy.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Oh man. All right, Shalom.
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 First and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, starting with the 144,000, the 12 disciples at the head of that, as well as the large multitude. That body makes up the remnant of Israel who's going to be delivered, all right, by the Most High through Yahweh Shai, whom in these latter days we have received the Holy Spirit, Rachakodash, as a comfort, all right, so that we can separate ourselves from this wicked world, all right, by changing our minds, calling on the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right, and acting as, citizens, as the scriptures say, fellow citizens with the saints in the household of God, which comes with a mindset, a way to walk, and, the ability to have, commune with our power again, through the Holy Spirit. The believers, the elect, serve as a temple here in these latter days. In times past, we had a physical tabernacle, a physical temple. All right, well, now the Lord is supping with his men. That's the temple. Wherever the elect is scattered, as the scriptures say, he will be as small sanctuaries. All right, and wherever the elect is scattered, now we have commune with our power, and we're not subject to a physical location in the earth. All right, which ultimately that disarms the devil. These wicked, these heathen always knew, how to separate us from our power by sacking the temple, doing this, doing that. Well, now they can't, and we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and we have victory through the blood of Yahweh Shai. So we're here another week to prophesy, ultimately exhort, you sincere brothers and you sisters who are listening, to basically come back to the Most High. As you can see, the time is short. As you can see, as the scriptures say, get that in the latter days, perilous times shall come. What's that? 1 Peter's or 1 Timothy's 4, I believe. In the latter days, perilous times shall come. And this is where we are. We're in perilous times. And if you're not rooted, ultimately you're going to look for a way out. If you're not rooted, you're going to see the evil of our people, the wickedness of these particular camps and leaders. You're going to say, this is a farce. You see, this is why you have to what? As the scriptures say, let no man take your crown. And you have to understand the wickedness that you're seeing Israel commit. This is nothing new. When you read in the Holy Scriptures, all right, you see a legacy of our people being rebellious, and you also see a legacy of the Heavenly Father sending prophets to warn them. You see, and the same thing is happening in these times, man. Okay? So it's time to tap into the Holy Spirit and understand what the Lord is doing. As the scriptures say, somebody hold Luke real quick. Get Luke 2:34. Speaking of Yahweh Shai.
2:34.
Yep, Luke 2 and Matthew, Mark, Luke, where he said this child is set for the fall and the rising.
Oh yeah, it starts right there.
Yep.
Okay. This is Luke chapter 2, verse 34. And Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel.
Right, this child, Yahweh Shai, is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel. He wasn't brought to gather all Israel. No, he's set for the fall and the rising again of many in Israel. Not everybody is going to accept Yahweh Shai. Not everybody's going to be delivered. To some, Yahweh Shai is a stumbling block. You see? As we get into Yahweh actual vibration and what he pushed, you're starting to see that certain men don't meet that measure. Read it again.
God. This is back in Luke chapter 2, verse 34. And Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against.
Right, Yahweh was spoken against. Yahweh wasn't accepted of Israel.
Yep.
And just as you see the mass majority of Israel being rebellious, they would have hated Yahweh if he was here. Okay? So Yahweh will be spoken against. Prophecy is spoken against in Israel. Israel don't want prophecy to come to pass. Israel wants to wallow around in the mud here in Babylon the Great. As it says in Ezekiel, we be the meat and this is the cauldron. We just want to marinate here in Babylon. Well, the Lord has a plan.
That's right.
And this is why the Lord has set up a remnant, okay, that's going to stick to the right breakdown, the right doctrine, because there's only one truth. And ultimately, he's going to gather through Yahweh that remnant. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 35. Yea, a sword shall pierce through thy own soul also, that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed.
Right, so the thoughts of many hearts, which we know the Hebrew word for heart is lab, which means mind. The heart of the thoughts of many minds will be revealed through Yahweh, which is fulfilled in prophecy. So through prophecy coming to pass, the Lord is allowing the intent of man to be made manifest in front of all Israel. And it's not something that you can let, deter you from the kingdom. Because the truth is still the truth. It's just that you're going to have wicked Israelites, just as there were when Yahweh was on the scene, just as there were when Isaiah was on the scene, Jeremiah, Habakkuk, Obadiah, all of them. Enoch even prophesied. What do you think he was talking about when you read the book of Jude? He was talking about other sons of God. Noah, they were mocking him. What we're witnessing is a legacy of evil amongst our people. And as the scriptures say, horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation, because this is the last time you're going to be able to wiggle around, play, mock, scoff. This is it for you all.
That's right.
So the Lord is allowing us as Israelites to look in that hole like the book of Ezekiel talked about. Now, what else did I ask for? No, it was something else.
Or was it 2 Timothy chapter 3?
Timothy, yep.
Okay, you got it over here.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. And it reads, This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, perilous times shall come. Somebody look up the word perilous. Okay? Perilous times will come. All right, basically it just means dangerous, hard to approach.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're in those times. I guess whoever, look it up. In the last days, perilous times shall come. Go ahead.
That's right.
You can
Back in 2 Timothy 3 and verse 2, it says, For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Men are going to be lovers of their own selves. All right, the simplicity of Yahweh is out of the door. Men are caught in coat of personality. Men are proud. Men wasn't shit in the world. Then they get a position in Israel and use it as a means to lord over others.
Yep.
Be assholes, be demons, put brothers and sisters into captivity. You see? Outside of the bondage we're already in, men use the truth to put others in bondage, man.
That's right.
And it ought not to be so. So the Lord is putting the light, as it says in the book of Zephaniah, the 1st chapter and the 11th verse, which we'll get that. Okay? He's putting the light under the works of a lot of you Israelites. And even you niggas in GMS. Because there's niggas in GMS as well. No camp is exempt. Right. But we do know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the leadership we've been given has kept it a buck. They didn't sell out. They didn't get caught up in cult of personality. They just kept it about teaching. You can say what you want about them. You can not like their approach, but it was always about the teaching of the word, the simplicity in Yahweh Shah, keeping it simple. Even our Passovers, just simple. You get the garment, you get the lamb, you get the bread, you get the wine. You have a solemn assembly. You go home. Jake selling T-shirts, auctioning off men and women, partying. Now, during the time of the Passover, which we're approaching Thursday sundown, March 13th sundown marks the Passover. During that time, the followers of Yahweh and Yahweh himself were in straits.
Right.
They were being attacked, sought after, mocked, persecuted. That was a heavy time for the followers of Yahweh. When that night or that day, Yahushua cursed out his followers, his disciples, like, y'all can't stay with me, because he was on edge. He was praying to the Lord, basically pacing back and forth, probably had a lot on his mind. Why? Because he was getting ready to be offered up to be crucified. And he knew and understood that was his purpose of being alive at that time. He wasn't there to play game. He was there to be a sacrifice. And the time came for it to happen. He was heavy. And we know that we are a sacrifice. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, talks about us being likened unto a burnt offering. We're counted as a lamb to the slaughter. We die all the day long. This is a sacrifice. Telling the so-called white man that he's going to go down, all right before his very eye. We're doing what Moses did in Egypt.
Same thing.
You see? That's right. So this should be a heavy time for Israel. The scriptures talks about a time for mirth, a time to be happy, a time to be sad, a time to mourn, a time. And Jake doesn't understand how to discern the times. Right. We're not saying that having fun is wicked. We're saying we're not in the times for that. We're getting ready to be exodus out of the new Egypt. Things are getting ready to get tight. The so-called white man ain't playing. Trump ain't playing. But as you can see, our people are still playing. So the Lord is showing us all this evil and wickedness, which we'll tap into some of it for a reason. Because he's getting ready to set a judgment. Anytime the Lord set a judgment, he sent his prophets first. See?
I got that paradox for you.
Yep.
This is in the Strong's G 5467, and that word perilous in the Greek is kalepos. Kalepos. And the outline of the biblical usage is hard to do, to take, to approach.
Hard to do, hard to take. So there's a lot of people who are seeing all of this turmoil with the camps, and they're like, hell no, the truth ain't the truth. Yep. Like Ringo TV, which he was never in the truth. Probably got paid off to do that video, but at the end of the day, that's the approach a lot of people are going to take. This is too hard for me. Yeah. Israel's rebellious. You know, people are crying that Alazar is getting cursed out, getting judged, because we'll get into it. What was the penalty of a priest who committed that type of sin? Was death. Now, we're not calling for death. We're just saying, no, that cry and so-called apology, no, you got to come correct. Put away those false doctrines, because all of you guys crying for him, you so say believe in Paul's writings. Yeah. And y'all didn't say nothing. Yeah. It's bigger than the dildo. It's about really the doctrine. It's the overall energy those guys brought. Right. Off. And none of you all said anything, man.
Nobody said nothing about the video where he disrespected the men he learned from.
Right.
See? Yeah. Now there's a cry for mercy. What's that?
It's our fault.
Yeah, it's GMS fault. You know? The whole time we've been getting condemned with the law. Now you get caught out there. It's about mercy. Nah, let's go to the law. Right. Let's go to the law. Yeah, remember when you stone us? And brother eat some leftover turkey from Thanksgiving dinner, you get stoned. I'll stone you niggas. But he's at Sonetter's party. Yeah. A whole idol worshiper. Mm-hmm. So this dude's been a whole walking contradiction the whole time. Now it's about mercy and love. You niggas never showed us love.
Exactly. And once again, like I always like to state, bro, you didn't follow that fervent charity, bro. Nope. Like the elder said, bro, as soon as you got your camp and you got away from GMS, you just showed your true colors, bro.
Right.
You know, went to another level.
Yeah. Pride went to another level. It became a cult of personality. Mm-hmm. Then you put the title chief priest on yourself, so that comes with a responsibility. Yeah. I believe I sent it into the chat. The penalties of a priest sins, he would have to offer up, you know, a sacrifice with a particular bullet. But if it was a certain sin unto death, he would be put to death or banished from the priesthood. So now let's go into the law. See, everybody loves the law till it's time to go into it. Right. Every time we go into the law, Jake is like, y'all hateful, that's crazy. So here it is. On one hand, everybody's been crying about the law, statutes, commandments. Then now we're applying it. The scriptures say rebuke. You don't suffer. You got to rebuke your neighbor if he go off. You see evil, say something. We do it. Now we're hateful. Right. Anyway, man. Some more on careless?
Yeah, just the rest of the outline biblical usage. hard to do, hard to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage.
Savage. Read that again.
Con.
And Timothy.
Con, this is 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters.
Right. Lovers of them own self. Their God is their belly. Get that? Many have walked, whom I have warned you often. I believe it's Ephesians. Stay where you at. I believe it's Ephesians, the 4th chapter, maybe. The enemies of the cross. Read that again, Patak.
Con, 2 Timothy 3:2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents. Oh, wow. And there is a such thing as a spiritual parent. Okay, there's fathers in the spirit, man. Okay, now it's not a thing. We'll get that in the book of Peter. It's not a thing where you use that position of Lord over and be it. But the Lord did set up bishops to guide you over your soul, man. Under Yahweh Shai. But that power that's given unto you through Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai can't be used to be an asshole, man. And to feed, where we at?
You said Ephesians 4.
You got it.
You got it. You got it.
What Ephesians 20? You said 4 or 2.
It's Ephesians. I mean, enemies of the cross.
Enemies of the cross.
Yep. So these are the things that we were warned about. Now that they're here, you can't run. You gotta take it hard. This is a part of the straight gate. Okay, and doing hardness as a soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai now.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
Philippians. That may be it. Yep.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 18. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping.
Often. Paul told you often. Then when we do it, it's hateful. Go ahead.
That they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach.
Right, they're enemies of the cross of Yahweh Shai. See that? Go ahead.
Verse 19.
They don't uplift them. Okay, it's all about the law. Then they get caught out there, and now it's about where the mercy at? Well, no. What about the law?
Yeah.
The law. See, we've been telling you that the law condemns you.
Yeah.
You need Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So now, let you be taken by your own words.
Yep.
When Yahweh Shai comes, he's gonna all those sins that you guys are committing, all that wickedness, you ain't gonna have no covering for it. Go ahead.
Come. This is verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame.
See, their God is their belly. See, they're not here to serve the interests of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're here to do what they want to do. They're here to forward what pleases them, because a lot of them wasn't shit in the world, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But they get positions, and they deal with their daddy issues through their camp leaders, look at them as a god. Okay? And then it becomes a great ball of confusion. And this is what we're seeing.
Yep.
Because Jake got all kind of issues, trauma, daddy issues. Then they come into the truth, and they're easily beguiled, man.
Yeah. Then also, like you said, like with those that past trauma, like if you wasn't shit in the world, now that the Lord has blessed you and you're privileged to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you forward your own agenda, like the elders going into. Everybody know that, for the most part of women even find you remotely attractive, and you got some knowledge behind that, bro. They use that. That's why they be having those counseling sessions that they had promoted on their website and so forth.
Yeah, you got Jacob he'll be a Hebrew Israelite, but he's just doing sit downs, licking his lips, and then women, hitting DMing him. Yeah. And he gets a whole bunch of Hebrew Israelite women, and then basically, the dog just smash him, and that's just all he does. Yeah. And then you meet her later on. Yeah, I used to talk to this one Israelite guy. Like, who is? Well, he teaches on the internet. It's this guy. You be like, never mind. You got niggas like that.
Yeah.
They're just sitting around trying to be cute.
Yeah. And will still go behind another man. You know that man's in the faith and will still knock that chick down.
Go ahead.
Jake is assholes. This is back in Philippians chapter 3, verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things.
Who mind earthly things. They're not here for the furthering of the kingdom of heaven. They're here for the furthering of themselves.
Right. Yep.
All right? And we're seeing it more and more. As the internet is here, that's likened unto the whole, as we'll get it in the book of Ezekiel. All right? So, unless somebody else got something. Yep. Yep.
This is Jude 1, verse 17. I'll read to verse 19 in the NLT. It says, "But you, my dear friends, must remember what the apostle of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach said. They told you that in the last times there would be scoffers," and this is NLT, "whose purpose in life is to satisfy their ungodly desires."
See? Scoffers, mockers. In the last day, Jude is warning you that this is what you're going to encounter if you're in the church. See? So don't marvel when it happens. Everything we see happening with all these wicked jakes only fulfills the Bible. This is a part of the truth. A lot of you thought that you were going to come into the understanding that you were the Israelite. This is going to be the peaches and cream love story. No, it's hell.
That's right.
It's beautiful, but it's also bitter. It's bitter and sweet.
Yep.
And many, the bitterness is too much for them. So why don't you just go back to church?
Right.
Because a lot of you love the truth you get, and you're like, wow, I'm being edified, but then you'll see the back and forth and be like, hey, why y'all? Shut up, first of all. Second of all, we're doing what Yahushua did.
Right. That's right.
Every time you read the Bible. Have you all read the Bible?
Yeah, they ain't reading it.
They ain't reading it because all you heard was the Lord telling men, go say this to this leader, rebuke him. He giving them visions about what the evil Jacob was doing. And then, again, we'll get Ezekiel. But like he's reading here, this is the book of Jude, which is a letter written to the church, because at the time, what was happening? Apostasy. You had men getting the doctrine from the apostles and leaving, going and starting their own thing, mocking, talking crazy, having sex cults in their churches. It's the same thing that we see the freakiness. Jake been nasty. When you read Genesis, the 6th chapter, and they say the sons of God lay with the daughters of men, that was the sons of God, the holy seed, mingling amongst the heathen, doing evil. It's been the legacy of Jake, to be wicked. But the Lord always left men or remnants of men and their followings to what? Ultimately stick to the traditions and continue the legacy of righteousness. And that's what the remnant is set up for in these times. The water Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for a remnant. What's that in Isaiah?
10.
If it wasn't for the remnant, that we'd be a Sodom and Gomorrah.
Isaiah 1.
Yeah, Isaiah 1. Get that real quick, and you can finish that.
Like in Jude 1 and 19, "These people are the ones who are creating division among you. They follow their natural instincts because they do not have Yahweh Bashem Yahushua spirit in them."
Right. They follow their natural instinct. That's why they were called brute beasts. They don't operate with any order. They get amongst each other. They get a piece of chicken, all right, and Hennessy, right? That chicken and Hennessy don't work with multiple niggas in one room. They get that chicken and that Hennessy, and they just start bringing up breakdowns. Nobody checking each other. By the time you leave, okay, anything goes. Just any kind of doctrines. What scripture say you can't have anal sex? That's the type of stuff that goes on amongst each other drunk. Man, ain't no scripture against that. Well, also ain't no scripture against smoking crack. The anus is meant for exit only. And that the anus, the way it's created, it's not made to be stretched out and entered and penetrated like that. That does harm to the body. It's a perfectly fit vagina right there, bro. Made for sex. Just do that. But see, the simplicity in Yahweh, the simplicity in anything is not enough for niggas have to go extra. Niggas ain't normal no more. This is why the Lord is sending fire. Okay, this is why the bolt of Israel is gonna burn here in a lake of fire, man. Nastiness. Like Red Fox said, you know the amount of pollution in a hole the size of a dime? That's pollution, man. Leave that alone. What are y'all doing? Ugh. And then a man want that? But we crazy. It's our fault. Oh my goodness, I hate you niggas, man. I hate you with a perfect hatred.
That's right.
Okay? That's what David said. I hate these niggas with a perfect hate. They're not right. They're enemies of the Lord. And if it was up to them, we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
Could we get that?
Oh, which one?
Isaiah?
Yeah, come. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. And it reads, except Yahweh.
And there's a time for hate.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's a time that is for hate. Like people hear the word hate. And they, how can a man of God say that?
Right.
Hate just means a strong dislike. When you read the book of Jude, he hated those niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The judgment that's coming to them, that's hate. But we know and understand in the grand scheme of things, they'll in the kingdom, they'll eventually be back. They just ain't gonna be in no leadership position. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. And it reads, except Yahweh of armies had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
So if the Lord didn't leave us a small remnant, we'd be through. And a small remnant are going to stick to the script.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, anybody else got anything? Let's get the book of Ezekiel. Because we're looking in that hole. Ezekiel 8, and then we'll jump. Then we'll get that Peter 2. Ezekiel 8. Because basically what the Lord is allowing us to do is see the evils of our people, man. Okay?
And if I may say also, and the bigger problem is also not only that Jake is into it, but more so, bro, you got a flock, bro, that you're leading.
Yeah.
So we only like we all say, bro, we only know a small portion of what goes on behind closed doors.
But the Lord is allowing it to be put out there now, like that video of ISUPK.
Yeah.
You got some nigga full of meatloaf and Hennessy telling you when you go lay with your woman, when you go pray. Imagine this big bloated nigga standing before you telling you, well, this your prayer, this who you gonna marry. Nigga, get your big ass out of my face. How could anyone, see, there's a point too, like the ex-head of this camp, there was a point where our apostles was like, nigga, well, why y'all allow all of that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to learn. He wasn't doing shit like that, but I'm just saying there was a point where, hey, you can't allow. Come on, man. You can't allow no man to lord over you like that, man. Come on, bro. I'm gonna tell you when to pray. I'm gonna tell you when to have sex, who to have sex. What?
How to fast.
How to fast? When to fast? What are you talking about?
And that's the way, that's the thinking of a Edomite. That's the thinking, it's the thinking of an oppressor. Right. You know what I'm saying? Learn not the ways of the oppressor.
Right. Jake is worse than Esau though.
Yeah. Yeah.
The deeds of the righteous surpass that of the wicked.
Goodness gracious, you niggas are crazy. But somehow, in the grand scheme of things, it's Great Millstone's fault.
Oh, so envy not the ways of the oppressor. So
Yeah, it's Proverbs 3 and 33, I believe. Yep. What we got?
Oh, you want that easy?
Yeah.
Want to get to the point?
We'll start at 6.
Start at 6.
This is Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 6. And it reads, he said, furthermore unto me, son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here.
Now, Ezekiel was taken captive to Babylon. He was one amongst the captives in Babylon. So as he was in Babylon, Jeremiah was in Jerusalem. And both of them were cursing out the leadership. Both of them were basically, prophesying that the Babylonians were coming. So before the Lord sent the Babylonians, he allowed Ezekiel to see what these jakes was doing. Mm-hmm. And when you deal with, these are leaders, okay, that he's showing him, these are people who are in leadership position, chief priests, high priests, okay, elders. This is who Ezekiel is, read it again.
Ezekiel 8 and verse 6. He said, furthermore unto me, son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations.
So the Lord took his presence from over the temple. This is what was happening in the book of Ezekiel. Because of the evils Jake was doing, the Lord basically took his presence from over the temple and placed it over Ezekiel, because ultimately the prophets is where the Lord is going to dwell. That physical temple eventually became so tainted that the Lord just had it done away with. Okay? This is why when John the Baptist came on the scene, he left. He went to the wilderness. He didn't boast in his priestly position. He went to the wilderness to preach of the true high priest, which is far greater than which the order of Aaron and the Levitical priesthood was a beautiful thing, but that priesthood didn't perfect us. Okay, we're condemned under that priesthood. We need the priesthood and the priesthood after the order of Melchizedek, man. Mm-hmm. That's far greater for us. And through that priesthood, we have a grace period to where we're not bound to the technicalities of the law that you all boast in. And the Lord gonna give you the law guy. You had that guy, what's that dude from I forget that one guy, like, I keep the Sabbath to the letter.
I forget that dude's name.
For that, them dudes in LA called us some marks, some bootlicking marks. Well, he said, I keep the Sabbath to the letter. Okay. So when the Lord comes, that better be true.
He gonna hold you to that.
He gonna hold all of y'all to that. All of you guys have been boasting in the law. Okay. Now it's coming out that y'all need mercy. But you mocked mercy. Anytime a Great Millstone member went up to these guys and just tried to have a decent conversation, what was the argument? Where your fringes at? No, you rapists are that. Well, okay. Now y'all caught out there. Now it's about mercy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nasty word.
Absolutely. Trash.
Basura.
That's nasty work, man. And I know y'all mad, but hey, the Lord is only gonna make it worse for y'all. And y'all think y'all gonna run up on us? Y'all think y'all scheming and plotting? The Lord is gonna put all of this to naught. Y'all had y'all time with the prophets in past time.
Yep.
Y'all was able to rip them to shreds, beat them, stone them. Yep. Okay, this time you gonna run up on us you're gonna get swallowed up by the earth.
Yep.
Remember what happened with them dudes that tried to get the Apostle Paul?
Oh yeah.
The 40 vagabonds.
Yep, through. So read that again, Baba Kishon. What verse you at?
I just read verse 6. Ezekiel 8:6. He said, furthermore unto me, son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here? That I should go far off from my sanctuary?
See, that I should go far off from my sanctuary, meaning ultimately, because what was the temple for? It was a dwelling place that the heavens met the earth, and we would have basically a sanctuary and a connection with our power. But the Lord is allowing Ezekiel to see the defilement going on, and he's basically showing this is the reason I'm getting ready to bring this judgment, because of what they're doing. Go ahead.
It says, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations.
Right, thou shalt see great. So the Lord is showing Ezekiel a vision of all the abominations. Did he say look in the hole yet? Go ahead.
Verse 7, it says, and he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall.
Right, a hole in the court. This is talking about the temple. Now, mind you, Ezekiel was taken captive to Babylon. So the Lord is showing him a vision of the craziness that Jake was doing before he sent the Babylonians to roll on him. Because the Babylonians, I believe they tried 3 times to sack the temple. On the 3rd attempt, they were successful. But Jake thought, oh, the Lord was with us. But basically, the Lord took his presence from over the temple. So that allowed the Babylonians to just roll and destroy. And when you read the book of Lamentations, the result was bad. Jake was starved out. The women got raped and ravished. The city was burnt. Why? Why did the Lord allow that great destruction? Because of Jake's behavior. But Jeremiah, okay, the likes of Ezekiel, they were what? Covered from that judgment. That's right. You see? Ezekiel 9. Set a mark on the forehead of the men that sigh and cry. Okay? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 8:8. Then said he unto me, son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door.
Right. And see, now that's the internet. Now we got the internet. All right? Some things unwillingly are uploaded. Like But some things are willingly uploaded. Jake is so proud that they're willingly putting some of this stuff out there.
Yeah.
And now we're getting a look into what Jake is really doing, what these chief priests are really about, what these great generals are really all about. And what you're finding out is that these niggas are crazy.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that the truth ain't here.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people will look at all of this wickedness and be like, y'all, all of y'all crazy.
Yeah.
That's never been true. Even right now, Ezekiel was there.
Yep.
Jeremiah was there. You had other prophets around at that time.
Yeah. They were in the midst of all of that.
There you go.
Yep. And once again, bro, you did it before Israel on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sitting there popping bottles on the Passat with Horace Grant.
He never came back, huh?
I don't even know if all Horace is in the truth. You know, but you got bottle girls, half naked ass Eve there.
You too old for that.
Yeah, bro, you was wilding with that, and then y'all were bucking up against that, and y'all so-called repented. You know, we don't know how true that is. That's between y'all and the Most High. But usually, you know, that's usually a sign of,
That's
man,
a
nigga, shut the hell up. All right, yeah, we repented.
Kinda shooing you off.
Trying to. It ain't us you need to worry about.
We can't save you.
Yeah, you need to worry about your reverence towards Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Right.
But then too, you should have worried about particular men in GMS, starting with the apostles and bishops, who was giving you sound advice.
Your true friend. Those are the true friends. Although the hell with you, but what we've shown is true love. Warning someone that's going too far, all right, before they get judged, that's love. But then when the judgment comes, we're wrong.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Come back in Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 9. And he said unto me, go in and behold the wicked abominations they do here. That they do here.
So they're in the temple doing all of this wickedness, man. And what were they doing? They were practicing Babylonian customs, Egyptian Babylonian customs in the temple, freaky stuff, weird stuff in the temple. And this is what you see today. Okay? And it's usually the guys that boast in those fringes that are the most nasty and freakiest guys. I hate to say it, because it's not like the fringes are wicked. But Jake has basically made the fringes to an idol. Just like, remember in the book of Judges, Jake started worshiping an ephod?
Yeah.
So now Jake worshiped the fringes. And then you have a leader telling you if you don't have them, you're going to hell. You know them selling out. Them selling out. I'm going to die if I don't have these.
Yeah.
So that's become Yahweh Shai, basically. The fringes are over the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. You see? Y'all going to pay for all of that, man.
That's right.
Because you never saw Yahweh Shai walk up to somebody and say, where your fringes at? People come up asking these guys sincere questions and they just start bragging and railing off about the fringes. Like, bro.
You see Jake out here dusted and broken. The disgusting Jake need help.
Yeah.
Jake, the whole head is sick.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
They come to you want to drink water, but your well is dry.
Right. They're asking about the MOTB. You call them stupid. Why? What's wrong with asking about that? It clearly is here. And you notice in that video Deacon Asaph just did, he said, I told y'all to stop watching them. Their followers are watching the videos. Coming to them, sending them emails. You want to say something, Apostle?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. They're watching. That's why he's saying that, because it's only so long you can keep the elect down.
Yeah.
The elect are going to eventually be like, wait a minute, something's not right.
Yeah.
You see, and a lot of the elect are, we believe there's some elect amongst these camps,
Yeah.
right? So what they're doing is they're watching brothers' videos. They're seeing Yahweh Shai being uplifted. They're seeing the focus on prophecy. They're seeing the focus on the simplicity in Yahweh Shai. It's not flashy, you know. It's not about just one man getting all of the glory. Brothers bringing out the word. Now there's order, but people are looking at this. They're like, wait a minute. I looked at the news video the brother did. That do make sense.
Yeah.
Let me email the bishop under a fake email and ask him, you know what I'm saying? They make a fake email and send the question in, and then they get railed on in class. Stop watching those bums! Stop! Then they play the video, see they're rapists! And it's not working no more.
Yeah.
That played out, all right, get out of jail free card calling us rapists, it don't work no more.
Yeah.
Even women are over that.
Yeah.
You got women that understand that law. You break it down to them, they go, oh, okay, that's what y'all saying. Because there was a sister who came up to the camp and she was like, could you explain that? That one sister who comes, her two sons.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, she came up with it. She was like, well, wait a minute, what that mean, you know? And we broke it down immediately. Oh, okay, I see what y'all saying.
Damn, that's nasty.
But you got a grown nigga acting as if he's a teacher of the law, crying about it still.
Yeah.
And anytime they get rebuked, they set up the camera and they point out, they teach you can rape women. You dumb nigga.
Uh,
The hell we go teach something like that for? You just gonna rape women. Even under that circumstance, men wasn't just going around doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
If it happened though, we have laws on how to handle it. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
it
And
happens.
yeah, and it is simply put. And if those men and women did not abide by those laws, guess what? Their ass got put to death.
Right.
If the woman was already spoken for and she failed to cry out, she'll be put to death.
Right.
If that man doing that knowingly she belonged to somebody or he didn't follow the protocol, your ass getting put to death.
Even if the father gets mad, there's still a compensation for him, and we handle it according to the law. Now he can be, of course you'd be mad.
Yeah.
Somebody take your daughter. You want to give your daughter away.
Yeah.
A father has a plan. Of course, you would. The standard way of merging a marriage is the merging of households. So a father and a mother would pick. Okay, even for their son, they would pick the family. This is the family you're gonna get your wife from. Okay. And ultimately, this is who we're going to merge our house with. So if some guy just comes and take your daughter, of course, you can be mad. However, it has to be settled by the law.
Right.
That's why we have the law set in place. But then when you go into the law, Jake gets all moist.
Unicorn.
Yeah, what you mean? You a rapist? I ain't took no pussy since the ninth grade.
Fucking around. But you think the creator didn't know to put these laws in place?
Yeah.
Right. Like he didn't know he know his people?
What the Lord say, are not my ways equal? Your ways ain't equal.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get that.
Oh,
And,
my favorite.
Isaiah 55, I believe.
No, Ezekiel. I think it's
Oh, Ezekiel also.
18.
But yeah, it's just
Well,
like
she told me to stop, but I kept pumping it. I stopped at the loud.
But just think about it, bro. Never once have you ever seen us do a video about Jake, whoever got accused of raping. We never advocated that.
That's stupid.
Graping, Salakia. We never advocated for grape. We never sit there and say, yeah, do this and do that. No, niggas is going on. They ain't had no plan to get they dads no shekels.
Right.
Niggas is had that Henny D. You know what I'm saying? And ready to go, had the honey pack and Hennessy and
Right.
ready to go. No,
Right.
that's not according to Yahweh Bashim Yashah, bro.
And Jake does that too in the world. You walk in you really bad. It's happened for certain brothers. You walk, you just see her, you come with me.
Yeah,
And you do your thing. That happens sometimes.
yeah.
Basically, in the ancient world, there was a custom known as bride kidnapping where a man would sweep a woman off her feet and take her.
Sweep you off your feet.
That's where the term sweep her off her feet go to. These are ancient customs. How do you expect us to bring out an ancient book in a modern time and it feels good? It ain't gonna feel good.
Yeah.
Some of the things are gonna be challenging. But this is a part of the sacrifice, transforming your mind.
That's right.
See?
Yeah.
If it's all about, you say it's all about the law, that's a particular law that we're giving you the proper understanding of.
Yeah. That's why all these goddamn women are so frustrated. They're always crying about a man to lead, or men don't even talk to them. They want to be swept off their feet. But everything is so upside down here. You know, you afraid of a Me Too, or you afraid of being considered a creep. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason for Yahweh Bashim Yashah, man.
In hard times are gonna take care of all of that.
That's right.
Okay, and the majority of them are gonna die anyway.
Yep.
Okay, especially the Western woman.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's do it real quick. Ezekiel 18 and 25. Yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal?
Like Jake think that they somehow have a better way than the Lord has. Their ways. Now look at your condition.
Right.
But you gonna tell the Most High his laws are wrong. His laws are brutal. And reading through the law, sometimes you are like, ooh, if we saw the law, so Jake loved the law, if we lived in a world where the law was implemented, you all would go crazy. You see a young man get stoned for being rebellious. Tay get grabbed up by it and brought to the elders and stoned. You'd be like, wow. You see a woman jump into a fight between her husband and another man and hit the man in the nuts. Her hand get chopped off. Imagine seeing that. See that? Adulterers being put to death. Wouldn't be nobody alive.
Keep the law, though.
We keep the law, but it's all about the law.
Yeah.
Boy, Jake is something else, man.
Oh man. And oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And that's why the Lord purposely brought us over here, because that a lot of that is still going on in close to our homeland with those, those other heathens. You know what I'm saying? They still, they off on a lot of their stuff, but they still have a lot of customs that are very similar to our culture because we were all surrounded together in those areas. You see them. What was the video called? The Faces of Death. Yeah, remember that big pile of hands?
Oh,
They cut their hand and then
The VCR joint?
Yeah.
They
They chop that hand off, stick it over there. They stone. You know what I'm saying? They still got the stoning thing.
I seen one not too long ago, as a matter of fact. That shit, and it's horrible. It's not easy to watch.
It's not easy to watch. So imagine that being an everyday thing.
Crime would be
You know
low.
how Esau.
Crime would be low.
Yeah.
Crime would be what? -3%.
Yep. All of that. Crime would be low. But you got high priests who like rebellious women. Chief priests. I like my women to talk crazy to me. I like that ratchet. Ratchet women were put to death.
Yeah.
If you was the daughter of a priest, you burned alive. Imagine seeing that. You coming home from work and Juanita getting burned alive. You're like, what the fuck happened? So y'all really don't believe in the scriptures. Y'all really got a problem with the Lord.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, Israel really has a problem with the Lord. Thus, they're going to have a problem with the men who truly come in his image, man. Where we at?
I got one real quick.
Yep.
Isaiah 55 and 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Right.
The Lord wrote this out, man. So the thing is, you going about it in Romans 10 and 3, you want to go back to establish your own righteousness. But yeah, you saying the Lord's ways are unequal, but yours are equal. But you didn't create anything. You didn't make anything. You know?
But a hard ass sandwich.
But you but you can outthink the creative ways. Like, come on, man, that's hella prideful, man.
Yeah.
That's narcissistic at another level.
Yeah, some niggas full of macaroni and cheese and orange soda telling you when to lay with your who, what you. Get your big ass out of here. You guys are sick. And what does Captain Cesario go? He go justify it. Just like he justified all of the other crazy things these dudes have said, man. Some more? Ezekiel, some more? Should be some more.
Yeah, I can keep going. This is back in Ezekiel 8 and 10. It reads, so I went in and saw.
What verse you at?
Verse 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Ezekiel 8 and 10. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel.
Right, it says in the GMT, the walls were covered with drawings of snakes and other unclean animals, and of other things which the Israelites were worshiping. 70 Israelite leaders were there, including, so he's calling out names. Jazaniah, son of Shaphan. Each one was holding an incense burner, and smoke was rising from the incense. So here it is, they think they're doing this in secret, but the Lord says Ezekiel a vision. Look at what they're doing. That's what's happening now. The Lord is starting to allow particular secrets to be made manifest. This is why brothers got to be right. Okay? Because eventually you'll be outed. You'll be out there. You don't want to be out there. You got to be a man of the Lord. Of course, brothers, do their thing, but you got to be a man of the Lord all the time. You have to let wisdom guide your decisions, man. Okay? There's a limit. There's order. There's standards. There's boundaries. Okay? You with your woman, finger me in my, the Lord, the Lord allowed, you know what I'm saying? That's the time we living in. He made me put ketchup in it, like all kind of stuff and get ready to come out. It says,
You can't even put ketchup on his fries.
Right. Make you forget your motor's fried. Naked. I brought him some water, and he said, ain't cold enough. Remember that on Color Purple? Brought him the water.
Mister.
You about to see all kind of stuff. And you start to see this influx of videos. I'm no longer an Israelite. Bye.
Yeah.
Because you're still an Israelite.
Yeah.
Just because you said you ain't, don't mean you ain't.
Right. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 3, verses 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, neither be weary of his correction. And you know, when we see things that are going off, we want to correct it. You know, that's basically rebuke. And now we see if things are public, you know, like I say through the internet, it's open. It's open to the public, so we give an open rebuke. You know, but you looking upon us. If it's somebody going off, you can't just blame someone else totally. That's like what they said, free Barabbas.
Yeah.
You know?
And now we find out Barabbas was possibly, just according to the research, which we'll have to read to Josephus, because he has more probably history on it, was a member of a Zealot group, and they said he could have been in the Sicarii.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally, it links him to a dagger man.
Mm-hmm.
So you know Yahushua had to be numbered amongst the transgressors. Again, you had particular Israelites at the time that Yahushua was on the scene fighting against Rome.
Yeah.
So Yahushua was numbered amongst them. So Barabbas could have very well been one of those zealots, you know, basically trying to take down Rome. And he's back today leading the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could very well be. It's not a fact, but when you look at even the pictures of him, it's like, whoa, this is him.
Right. Yeah. Right.
All he needs is a Yankees hat.
He was a robber and a murderer.
Yeah, he's a robber and a murderer.
Yeah. Because you know before, just years going back, man, from the apostles and Elder Yashawamba and bishops, like, bro, you've just been unpleasant everywhere you've been. So what did you think the outcome was going to be?
Yeah, you never. Rebellion eventually gets dealt with.
Yeah, you were never merciful, bro. You talk down about the men you learned from. You talk shit. You were very disrespectful
On side of the TV.
Yeah. Well, amongst other, Jake, and y'all didn't dare to step in. Like, hey man, didn't you learn from them men? Shouldn't you show a little more respect?
Yeah, they never said nothing. Now they got everything to say.
Yeah. You know, yeah, everybody got something to say. Well, hey, the Lord gonna say it for you then.
Right. This is Ezekiel 8 and 12 in the GNT. God asked me, mortal man, do you see what the Israelite leaders are doing in secret? They are all worshiping in a room full of idols. Their excuse is the Lord doesn't see us. He has abandoned the country. Then the Lord said unto me, you are going to see them do even more disgusting things than that. So he took me to the north gate of the temple and showed me the women weeping over the death of their god Tammuz, which that's Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus is the modern day Tammuz.
Yes.
Okay, that means sprout, like he's the sprout of life. That's basically when these Christians crying out Jesus, that's Tammuz. That's why they worship Christmas, Easter.
Yeah.
So in the temple, they brought these very practices in.
Valentine's.
Yeah. You see that?
Yep.
So they thought they was doing it in secret, but the Lord allowed Ezekiel to see a vision of them. This is why, as you read, Ezekiel 9 comes.
I was just thinking that.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we can tie those very things unto now. Because the Lord is going to roll on Jake. All of this evil. Somebody get Zephaniah 1 and 11 real quick.
This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down.
The trading, and that's going to happen in this time.
Oh yeah, it's it's blood this week, right? And it's looking terrible this week, right?
Right.
They lost a lot of money.
And when you read this chapter, Zephaniah was warning of the destruction as well that was coming.
Yeah.
All right, on Israel.
Yep.
Okay, via the Babylonian. He prophesied it years before it happened. When you read up, he was talking about the ones clothed in strange apparel.
Yeah.
Basically, there was Jake doing that evil and wickedness that they're doing today.
Yeah.
He talks about the Chimerans, the prophets that wore all black, and they had the star of I forget what he called it, a particular star in there. That could very well be the ISUBK. You know, they boasted wearing all black. Rim family.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so in that
Wow.
chapter he talks about it. He talks about the priests, they wear all black. Okay, they stand and burn incense to their face was when you go up to, but these same spirits are back here today.
You have the priest of Saturn too.
Yep.
That's why them judges wear all black.
Right. They're a left-hand priest.
Yeah.
The judges, they wear all black. So any Israelite boasting in which, I mean, if you have on black, you're not wicked,
Yeah.
but it's an energy that comes with that. And you can see they have a dark energy, man. Okay? They're walking up to you at the feast, putting how much ketchup he squeezed the ketchup on it. Hot sauce, and you only get this much hot sauce.
Right, yeah.
Like, could you imagine being led by somebody like that?
That's captivity. In captivity.
Yeah.
Shit.
But it's the assholes that's following them.
Yeah.
Right, right.
They got the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was,
This is nasty work, man.
and it shows you how cold the spirit works. Because guess what? Myself, Elder Yashawan, and I believe a few other brothers, we were looking at everyone, man, when we came in.
Oh yeah.
We were looking at Bishop Nathaniel. We were
David.
and then brothers remember that PBS special from it was ISPK, but it was going into the history of One West on a PBS special.
Well, see, Johanna was always like that uncle who
Yeah.
came and you never seen him again.
Yeah.
You liked him, you like, man, my uncle funny, but then he would just disappear.
Yeah.
So he was there, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
The ones that were really the notable faces, of course, the apostles, the bishops, the elders. Bishop Nathaniel was there. Elder Ricard, before he bugged out,
Yep.
he was there. Zabak was always there.
Yep.
Okay, you had a few. HODC 12 was in and out, but you know the notable names was, of course, the apostles, Bishop Nathaniel.
And the Comforter.
The Comforter was there too.
Yeah.
He was there. You know what I'm saying? But he would have videos, you know, little 10-minute videos here and there. But who we stuck with through the Spirit was the men. You know, the Lord led us that this is the men. Because the scriptures say you're going to hear a voice. Your eyes shall see your teachers. You're going to hear a voice. So yeah, we all came in looking at everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, somebody asked, oh, you can't say you got the truth. Well, how do I know who? Well, yeah, only the Spirit.
Yeah.
The Spirit can only lead you to what's the truth is.
Test the spirit by the spirit.
You got to try the Spirit by the Spirit, man.
The Hebrews said those they heard it mixed it with faith.
Yeah. Cause bro, that was heavy, bro. We all can attest, bro. We were watching hours and hours of these different men.
Yeah.
But that's when we were all at the same
Well, not
time. getting
ours, because they wouldn't have had that many videos.
Oh yeah, well, so like, well, you know them
It was out
YouTube feeds,
there,
yeah. And you were watching that, but it's like something that just led us. Call Halal Yabashina Shad. It led us to the apostles and bishops of GMS.
In all the hours we were watching videos of the apostles, they had 24 parts.
Yeah,
The history contained in the Bible, 24 parts.
24 parts.
We
was
sit there and
going
watch
in.
all of them.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
it was a different situation, man.
yeah. It was a different situation, and you know what? Coming in at that time wasn't no flash, man. There wasn't no goddamn gimmick. You know, this is a solemn, this is a solemn, fellowship, to be quite honest with you.
It's
man.
about the word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about the word, you know. And the truth is here. No matter how crazy it gets, always keep in mind that the truth is somewhere.
That's right.
Because it's prophesied. Okay, now what do we
I was still in Zephaniah.
keep going.
This is back in Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off.
Right, cut off. The Lord was shutting everything down.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees.
Right, I will search Jerusalem with camera. He's going to put a light under your works.
Yep.
and he's going to punish the men that are settled on their lees. That word lees goes into their watch. You know,
Yeah.
drinking wine,
Yeah.
you know, relaxed,
Yeah.
playing games, sitting back. You become a cult of personality. I only go out here. You get paid to make visits to certain churches.
Yeah.
You know, if you visit a church, the church are supposed to take care of you, but you guys are you doing too much?
Yeah.
Okay? People crying when, you know, people touching your garment crying, like you've become like a god to people.
Yeah.
He that video of him walking on water.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah, it looked like him walking on water.
Was it Bishop Nathaniel?
It looked like him.
Wow.
Walking on water.
Yeah, you had the Hebrew
On
and
the horse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the horse.
Yeah, man.
The Yahweh Shai came on a mule.
Yeah.
Meaning Yahweh Shai would have had a 2000 Camry.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, came through low.
He became lowly. It would have been just enough. That's Yahweh Shai. He got out the car. You know, he rolled the windows down. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai. But people would have been like, there's no way that's the Savior.
Yeah.
Right.
Coming on a mule, you know, that wasn't seen as a something a ruler or a chief would do. They would come on horses, but the mule was more like, Yahweh Shai. Yep, it was overlooked. You see? But it was prophesied that he was going to do that, man. So he came lowly. He didn't come to put on a show. He came just to do the work. So it's about the work. He always talked about his Father's will. You got people mocking, all y'all do is videos. Well, what do you want me to do? I stretch too sometimes. You want me to put that on camera? What do you want me to do? What came you, like Yahweh Shai said about John, what came you to see?
Yeah.
What do y'all want? Go ahead.
God, this is so lucky. This is back in Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that they say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil.
See, that's what Jake's, you know, Jake has a very indifferent mindset towards judgment.
Yeah.
And see, now we're also seeing that Jake ain't judges.
Yeah.
The way that they handle this situation with this guy, Alazar, Jake ain't judges. Y'all ain't the judges, man. Y'all don't have judgment.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, I'm going to get me to the great men, because they understand the judgment of the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay? True men of the Lord judge matters the right way.
That's right.
Can't nobody just get on video, cry for 10 seconds, and then now he repented. Nah, you got to stop teaching that madness that you teach.
Yeah.
You got to repent all the way.
Yeah.
The dildo is one thing. The dildo is one thing, but now it's a whole heap of other stuff that got to be addressed with that guy.
Yeah.
And you all talk about you believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the volume of the book, but you ready to cry for this man as if he's the come on, man. He spent 30 minutes cursing everybody else out. Nigga, you like your booty all playing with? You wicked? Oh no, you did. You did a sleepover with a faggot. But he's the head of one of your camps.
Yeah.
So you all ain't judged the matter at all.
Yeah.
A true judge is looking at that like, wait a minute. So you talking about this guy Ariella, right? He's this wicked. He did this. Well, why was he the head of one of your churches?
Yeah.
That's what a true judge is listening out for.
Yeah.
But the rest of Jake, they just on some. Jake is nasty.
Yeah.
They're not judges. All he had to do was for 3 minutes say, yeah, I am kind of sick. I did want to pimp my wife off to the white man. Now, we so say hate women, right? We hate women, but this dude was getting ready to, and who knows what the other wives do, because
Yeah.
he's getting ready to pimp his wife out to a white man.
Boy.
Yes.
But we hate women.
Right.
And y'all, we're getting cursed out for that. It's our fault. He's getting ready to pimp his wife out to a white man and then have her dominate him under the guise that I love white man. What is that?
Yeah, I don't even want to understand that.
That's not something you just sweep under the rug. The nigga says sorry. No, that nigga crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's other stuff that needs to be addressed with that guy.
Yeah.
And what did I put it in the chat. Somebody found it, the scriptures that dealt with the penalty of a priest. Because Jake want to put these flattery titles on themselves.
Yeah.
That's why Jake, you brothers, you're in a rush to be elder. Just do the work, man.
Yeah.
Because that comes with a certain level of demons. That comes with a certain responsibility. Okay? You got to be on, go ahead.
No, and brothers who may be under you are going to look
at everything.
Gonna look at you, look for you, look to you. How is he gonna move? How is he gonna handle this? Now that pressure's on Alizé, you know, and you were talking crazy about, you know, like, bro, do not, you know, we get it. We use analogies, but just the way he was phrasing things is like all street terminology.
Yeah, that sounded like,
Man, my nigga, man. Just remember what I showed you, my
it
nigga.
sounded like an extra on South Central, man. Y'all my niggas,
One
man.
nigga,
I gave my life for y'all niggas, man. Like, what? And Jake just ate it up. Yeah, he said sorry, y'all. Just shut up, GMS, y'all. Come look, they're digging ASAP. But I thought it was about the law.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go into the law real quick. You got it?
Yeah, come. This is what is the penalty for a chief priest committing sin? In the Old Testament, in the chief priest or high priest sinned, it was considered especially serious because he represented the people before Yahweh Shem Yahushua. According to the Leviticus,
Because that's what Jake boasted in, right?
Yep.
So we just reading the law.
Yep.
that's right.
So go ahead.
According to Leviticus 4:3, verse 3 through 12, if the high priest sinned unintentionally, he had to offer a young bull as a sin offering. The process included bringing the bull before the tabernacle or later the temple, laying his hands on the bull's head.
So that's an unintentional. Jump to the part of intentional, because this was intentional. Come on. That wasn't unintentional. It just got out to the public.
Right. It says, for intentional or severe sins, such as leading people into idolatry, consequences could include removal from office, exile, or even death, depending on the severity of the transgression. Leviticus 10, verse 1 and 2.
Let's get Leviticus 10, 1 and 2. Let's get the law.
Leviticus 10.
The law, baby. Let's get the law. Jake want the law, right? The law. Now we're going to apply the law. So now this applies to that guy.
Yep.
Did they say they keep the law 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said,
Getting confounded by Christians talking about, yeah, we keep the law perfect. Okay. Well, this is going to apply to you. Read.
Leviticus 10 and 1 and 2.
Yep. And then what's the
Okay.
other one?
Deuteronomy 17, verse 12.
Okay, this is
And we mean. We hate you. We hateful. All right. Ooh, my goodness.
this is Leviticus chapter 10, starting at verse 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense therein, and offered strange fire before Yahweh.
They brought them Walmart incense into the temple. And the Lord smelled that shit like, what the hell did they die? Big, long gas station, burgundy, green.
Yeah.
You know, brothers bring that cheap shit like that. I'll be saying, look, I'm particular about my incense, man.
See, called Black Musk.
Right. Obama. Michelle Obama. You know, Chinese. Nah, man, take that shit back to where you got it from. The Lord didn't want to smell it. Go ahead.
Which he commanded them not. Verse 2. And
See,
there,
that's why the scriptures say, take heed to how you build. Yeah. You can't do what you want to do with this truth, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And there went out fire from Yahweh and devoured them, and they died before Yahweh. Whew. Verse 3. Then Moses said unto Aaron, this is it that Yahweh spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified.
The priest. You know what I'm saying? You had to be right if you wanted to take that duty.
Yep.
It was a very important order, a role. There were things you couldn't do, could do, but this dude talking about like ratchets. A whole priest promoting gang culture.
Yep. And Aaron held his peace.
Right. Yeah, because Aaron wanted to get emotional, but Moses was like, look, this is the Lord said. Where were you at?
I was in Leviticus. I read 1 through 3.
All right. Now, what was the other one?
Deuteronomy 17 and 12.
Yep, Deuteronomy 17 and 12. I'll read it in a GNT. It says, Deuteronomy 17 and 12, anyone who dares to disobey either the judge or the priest on duty is to be put to death. In this way, what was it?
Yeah.
17 and 12. Deuteronomy 17 and 12.
Okay. Read it in the King James.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay.
Deuteronomy 17 and verse 12. And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister.
Now remember, Eleazar said that. He said, I'm the priest. You can't disagree with me. He said that before. He was using these, you know what I'm saying? I'm the priest. You can't disagree with me.
Playing a dangerous
So
game.
now the guy has called him, he's rated himself around as this chief priest. Now his dirty drawers literally have been showed. You know, go ahead.
It says, and the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before Yahweh thy power.
Yeah, I don't think that's one of them. But we read that one.
Yeah, come.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh, and you just read verse 12, right?
Yeah, that would be.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's basically saying if you don't listen to the priest.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Everyone will hear it and be afraid. Yeah, so you know they made a mistake on that one, but that's no biggie. We know that taking the duty of a priest, according to the law, you had to have a virgin.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So this is why the simplicity in Yahweh Shai is the best way to go for us. You got something?
No.
Yep. The simplicity in Yahweh Shai. All of these flattering titles, this, that. Look, man, just do the work, man. Now, go ahead.
Hey, so to say Yahweh Shai made himself with no reputation.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. He made himself of no reputation, but took on the form of a servant.
That's it.
And this is the top man in the heavens, who you all say you don't bow to.
See?
The top man in the heavens, given the authority in the heavens and on earth from the Most High Himself. You talking about I won't bow to Him?
They're my enemies. Not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them.
Boom. So there's a lot of wickedness that these dudes did. It ain't just the I'm gonna stop saying it. It ain't just that missing, disappearing. For my next act, the disappearing dildo. You know what I'm saying? Where is it? That's what because y'all coming on our comment boards questioning us. Y'all need to go question him.
Yeah.
It's probably wrapped in a Lay's potato chip bag in his backyard. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Revelation.
Hey, this is the part in Proverbs where the Lord said He gonna laugh at you guys, man. See, when the will of the Lord is done, Jake squibbles up unless it's who they don't like. If that had been us, Jake would have loved to rail on us, man. Go ahead.
Revelations 2 and 14, because they're telling us it's our fault because we basically are rebuked. Revelation 2 and 14 in the NLT, it says, but I have a few complaints against you, and this is in all red.
Right, you think the priests, the elders of the ancient time, David, would have allowed the cry to just been enough?
Right.
Oh, he cried. He really repented. Nah, man. Go ahead.
It says, you who tolerate some among you whose teaching is like that of Balaam who showed Balak.
Start over.
Gun. This is Revelation 2 and 14. But I have a few complaints against you. You tolerate some amongst you whose teaching is like that of Balaam who showed Balak how to trip up the people of Israel.
And what did he do? He sent Baal. It was a Baal Peor, a sexual deviant spirit that he sent this particular left-handed priest to cast on Israel. See? And that same thing has got a hold on our people unto this day. The God of Baal, the Lord Peor of the opening. Meaning Jake is just open to any kind of behavior. They don't have any judgment. Anything goes.
Do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. That's the environment that you see these guys. That's why they uproot themselves from under true leadership, so that they amongst themselves can judge themselves by their own selves. See, and it's all gonna come out. Go ahead.
It says he taught them to sin by eating food offered to idols and by committing sexual sin.
Right, and when you deal with foods offered to idols, there was a whole ritual to it. See, there came a point in the church where they were like, well, can we eat it if it's offered in the shambles? You know, because, I mean, again, the meat that we eat technically is offered unto idols. So you got these guys using that. Can we eat food offered unto idols? Everything you eat is offered to an idol. But he's talking about the rituals, the blood, because when you read the book of Acts, the 15th chapter, what did it tell those new coming Gentiles to stay away from? Idols, blood, things strangled, because that was the atmosphere back then.
Yep.
Okay, they would partake of the rituals and eat of the sacrifice.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Drink the blood. There was all kind of stuff going on. This is what Jake got into in these different captivities.
That's right.
And now it's happening again today. It's just under different,
That's right.
So, go ahead. And some more. Yeah, because if you eat halal meat, what does halal mean?
Law.
Praise. Separate and basically is holy. Now, what God are they doing that to? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? No. Allah.
Yeah.
So if you were Jake, I go to the halal mark.
Moon God.
That's the moon god. So you're eating food offered to the idol.
Yep.
Nigga eating Taco Bell on camera. That's definitely food offered to an idol.
Yes. Along with that Coca-Cola, that orange Coca-Cola he had.
Offered to an idol. All of that. But it's history. So it's a lot of history and things. When you read these scriptures, it ain't just, you got to go into it, man. And we have videos going into these things, man. All right? Where we at?
You was in what, Revelation or you're in
Revelations 2.
Yeah, Revelations 2. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Now,
that-
let's get you got something?
Or because
Something.
so modern day with the Jake, basically modern day Nicolations.
Yeah.
Like sexual immorality
Sexual
and
deviance.
Yeah, sexual deviance, and then just going along with everything, like saying like no, like integrity, like okay, I'm down.
Yeah, like the elder Mike Oliver brought out in the class this past week. Jake really started the Talmud. Those wicked Jews. Jake really started a lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Taking Babylonian customs and rituals and the making laws out of laws. They was just tripping. Jake really started a lot of this stuff. It's just that Esau got up in there and pretty much he became the face of it. But a lot of this wickedness started with Jake.
Yep.
Even the Catholicism.
Yep.
Those were Jake's.
Yeah.
Okay? Now let's get Peter. First Peter.
Was a Elder
First Peter's 5, I believe.
Yeah.
What is it?
5.
Start at 1.
It's 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 1. And it reads, the elders which are among you, I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the suffering of a Mashiach.
Right, this is Peter. Okay? He's writing to the leaders, man. So if you take the position, if the Lord put you in the position of a leader, okay, that comes with a great heap of responsibility, man. And it's not to be used to be, all right, get your lust of being, some ruler. Okay, you were given the position of a leader to guide the flock.
Right.
Okay? And to be an example. Say that again, Apostle?
Not for lasciviousness.
Right. Not for lasciviousness, man. We weren't given these leadership positions to become cult of personalities. Now, we all have in the flesh, we want to be the man. We want to be appreciated for what we bring to the table. But we know and understand, we don't get that until Yahushua gets his just due.
That's it.
So now we just laboring,
Yeah.
ministering for the new covenant, right? Ministering and serving.
That's right.
Just doing the work. It'll all pay off in due time. We'll all get everything that the Lord has promised for us, which we can't even imagine it.
That's right.
Okay, everything you want in righteousness, you're going to have it. But now it's time to labor. Okay?
Yeah.
In
You
due season.
In due season, man.
just remain under the radar, right?
Just do the work.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Can I read that NLT?
Absolutely.
This is I'm gonna read it again. This is 1 Peter 5 and 1 in the NLT. It reads, and now a word to you who are elders in the churches. I too am an elder and a witness to the suffering of a Mashiach. And I too will share in his glory when he is revealed to the whole world.
See, he's going to share in his. Jake wants the glory now. When you look at the likes of Jay-Z, all right, Beyonce, all these niggas that they basically try to get their glory by going up some other way. And it never ends well. So, but you got Israelite leaders doing that. Okay, they want their glory now because it feels good to have your ass kissed, for people to bow to you, to go on a podcast. You don't even lie. Sometimes you be sitting thinking, well, what would I say if I was on a podcast? You be sitting, picturing yourself getting interviewed. But Jake now he has the platform. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And you with so-called notable influencers,
Right.
in this society.
Yep.
And you know you know they gonna get millions upon millions plus views. And then of course, you know, their reply to us, well, you know, that's how you think the word gonna get out.
It's getting out just
just fine. Exactly.
Just by preaching it.
Exactly.
Okay. And the Lord could use, you know, these debates and different things to eventually bring a believer in, but that ain't what this thing is all about.
Right.
And see, you go rubbing elbows with these Satanists and these weirdos, and you start to see the money they're getting. You start to think like them. See, that's what happened to Alizar. I mean, he's rubbing elbows with these debate, you know, gurus and these so-called scholars, and you start to think like them.
Yep.
So basically, he got amongst guys like Divine Prospect, these Edomite so-called scholars debating these people, and he started to say that my elders never taught me this. This is deep.
Wow.
Hebrews, don't you? Because you know there's a bunch of debates on certain books of the Bible. Certain these scholars say, well, this doesn't belong. So what they did is they started to get into that, and to the pure, nothing became pure anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing was pure anymore. So they just go, well, Hebrews ain't the word of God. They found out Mark wasn't a follower of Yahushua. Well, he was a follower, but he didn't follow him directly. But he gave an account because he was what? He was Peter's understudy.
Right.
Yeah.
In our culture, you always have people scribe things down. So they're saying, well, Mark wasn't there. How can we listen to his testimony? Luke wasn't there. How can we listen to his testimony? Luke explains to you, I'm writing them to you based on what I heard from all of these great men I was around. I'm going to give you an account. Matthew was there. John was there. So they're saying basically Mark and Luke, they don't count. But he count. They count.
Yeah. They count.
Paul don't count. But they count.
They count. Hebrew and a Hellcat. They count.
Go ahead, brother.
It says,
So there's a lot that this guy, that's deeper than just the dildo, man. I ain't going to stop saying it.
it
Call
says,
me a great, to be associated with a grape as you, I hate pedos, man. But that's what the Lord wanted. Go ahead, Salaki.
but they never had any GMS member be, you know, nuts come out on a GMS member.
Yeah.
But each of those that has pointed a finger at GMS, polite, you know, all things they threw, you know what I'm saying? So
And R.I.P. Joy Morgan. To you IUIC, R.I.P. poor Joy.
right.
One of your members put Slaughter Joy with fringes on.
Right.
Go ahead. I know they want to kill us, boy. They gnashing their teeth, boy. Oh well. Come after me. Do what you gotta do. Go ahead.
It says, and I too will share in his glory when he is revealed to the whole world. As a fellow elder, I appeal to you. It says, care for the flock that the Most High has entrusted to you.
He entrusted you with. Let's look up the word entrusted. Care for the flock. It says feed the flock. Somebody look up the word feed too. Because in the King James it says feed the flock. Look up the word feed, and then we'll look up the word entrusted, man.
You in Ephesians what, brother?
No, he's in
First
Peter.
Peter. Oh, I'm on First Peter. Okay, so I got two phones. So okay.
So look up feed, and then you can look up
Interest.
and trust. So somebody can look up each one. So feed the flock. What does feed the flock mean? Remember Peter was told to feed my sheep?
Mm-hmm. This is for feed is Strong's G4165, and it's for that Esau said.
Hell yeah, sometimes you be
For
trying.
me, he knows some shit in the Greek. Yeah.
Said.
For me, he know.
Yeah. For me, Eno.
Uh-huh.
Strong's G4165, Poimino.
Minor.
Poimino.
It says to feed, to tend a flock, keep sheep, to rule, govern, of rulers, to furnish pasture for food, to nourish.
To nourish. And it's deeper than just cutting Edomites and doing debates. You actually have to be an example, a guide. Okay? And if you're not doing right, the Lord will eventually out you, man.
Right.
You see that? We weren't given these positions to be fly, slashy, and become the man. We were given these positions as a duty, and it comes with a lot. But we gladly take upon it, man. Start with our apostles, bishops, and elders, man. Toiling, laboring. Go ahead.
It says to cherish one's body, to serve the body, to supply the requisites for the soul's need.
Right.
And the word requisite, check this out. It said a thing that is necessary for the advancement of a specified end. In the end time, so the flock need to be fed. Look at the times we living in. You know?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, if I go into the root word is poimen. It's herdsman, shepherd. In the parable, he to whose care of control others have committed themselves, and whose precepts they follow.
Right. So that, if you given that position, that comes with that's a heavy position.
Right.
Okay. Now, what was the other word?
Entrusted.
Go ahead.
Well, it's entrusted. Entrusted is past tense, but to entrust is to assign the responsibility for doing something, put something into someone's care or protection.
Right. So here it is. The Lord put something, the church, into your care, and you go tell them, "I'm gonna tell you when to eat. I'm gonna tell you who you go lay with." You got people, you got leaders telling men that if their wife is a non-believer, they got to leave them alone. You got women who ultimately come out and said they tried to make me leave my husband because he wasn't a believer. You can't be with him.
Okay, but we're the problem.
But we're the problem. You can't be with him because he ain't a believer. You got to get with the brother. And then she looked to the right, and some big nigga standing there with his fringes on.
Yeah. Right.
It said with meatloaf in his feet.
With meatloaf in his back teeth. Like this. So they be like, sister, one of them, he gave her, I think they told her, we giving you a month or 2 months or some time. And basically, if he not a believer, you just got to leave him. So you breaking up households. Right. Now the scriptures told us, Paul gave us wisdom on how to deal with that. You have an unbelieving wife, and they're pleased to dwell with you. Now, if it becomes a problem, then yeah, eventually you're going to have to depart. Or unbelieving husband, because the unbelieving husband can be sanctified by the wife. You could have a believing wife and an unbelieving husband, and she listening and fearing the Lord. She stopped eating certain things, and as certain prophecies come to pass, he may be like, "Damn, you were right."
Right.
And at that moment, repent.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That can happen.
That's right.
When you look down on wife, thou shalt save thy husband.
There you go.
Yep.
You can have a situation like that, but then you making them break up.
Yep.
That's causing adultery.
Yes.
Right.
You can't be with a non-believer. What are you talking? Who are you to tell you? You to tell me as long as the woman ain't. I ain't got we got to present our wives before the apostles before we lay with them.
Right.
That's that shit back in the world. That fornication under considered the king type shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, brothers can give advice. You see a brother with a complete scallywag, you're like, bro, come on,
You
man.
can do better.
You think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There is counsel, there's something, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Nothing without counsel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, it just shows Jake always has a problem with Paul, King David, and Yahushua HaMashiach. They always got a problem with them three. Those three. Yeah. You mentioned King David and Yahushua and Paul.
They angry.
And
we ain't up here on no high horse like we perfect. Yeah. We have our fault, but come on, man. Yeah. We ain't telling men, I'm going to tell you how much salad dressing to put on your salad. I'm going to tell you when to pray.
Shit. Tell you how to have sex.
How to have sex. Come on, man. But we the problem. Yeah.
Right.
Where we at?
First Peter.
Yeah, let's get a little bit more. We'll close out.
Time back in First Peter 5 and verse 2 in NLT. It says, "Care for the flock that the Most High has entrusted to you. Watch over it willingly, not grudgingly, not for what you will get out of it."
Right, not grudgingly, not by constraint. meaning you ruling harshly. Now you do have certain rulers that are more stern, forward, but it's all in the spirit.
Yeah.
The scriptures say, be subject to your masters, not only the meek but also the poor. You got certain, men who are, a little more rough, but it's all in love, and those were the best coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The harder, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
You see, but it can't be to just tear. You just get a kick out of tearing people down.
Yeah.
You had a lot of these Sakari members coming out saying that certain leaders of camps was forcing them to give them money, taking money from them. You know what I'm saying? It comes a point as a man when you gotta be like, hell no, man.
Yeah. Using their credit to get shit.
Yeah, you gotta use your credit card.
It's charity, brother.
Well, we had the ex-head of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Type of shit he was doing. We ain't gotta go there, but he was outed because of that.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay? He was in it for what he can get out of people.
Yep.
Right.
But people love that guy. These are the guys who are very smooth with their words. They precepts coming out of their shoes, ears, headband. You like, God damn, this is a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
But this is the type of stuff they be doing.
Yeah.
Very charismatic. I really love that guy. And then I found out everything he was doing. Like, what?
Crazy.
He got it the longest curse out
Yeah.
ever in Israel.
Yeah.
What was that? 4 hours? 4 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours.
Kashikwala was screaming. Socks was showing. I was like, God damn. Apostle, you was there, right?
Yes, sir.
Because it all started when Bishop Anab,
Yeah, when y'all came down.
came down. That was the beginning of the end for that guy. But where is he?
Right.
Read that again.
It's back in 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, care for the flock that the Most High has entrusted to you. Watch over it willingly, not grudgingly, not for what you will get out of it,
Right.
but because you are eager to serve the Most High.
Right. Not for what you can get out of it. Not using your childhood issues, all right, to now lord over people and rule over people like an asshole because you got some power. Because power can corrupt.
Yep.
Okay? It comes with demons to be put in the position of the head.
Yeah.
Certain demons enter into your mind. It's not easy. I know the Apostle Ramlov can speak to that. All kind of demons come in your head when
Oh,
you,
hell yeah.
and you probably didn't even want to be. We didn't even want to be leaders.
I have no.
You
I
know,
was content just being a brother.
that's it. But it's usually like that. It's the guys who want to be heads that the Lord condemned, and the men that nobody would have thought the Lord put them as the head. The man that was just doing his job.
It's
So
like
there's a lot of demons, tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's like Elder Bounce Pot said. He said if we could do it all over again, bro, you just be happy holding the sign or just
Right.
paying tithes.
Right. Yep. But the Lord is His will.
It's His will, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now that we're, we ain't on the level of the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, but we're starting to see the demons
Yeah.
as we grow in certain challenges, certain things. It's like, wow. But
Yeah,
you
brothers
still got
get your
to
own experiences.
Right.
say it again, Apostle.
So you brothers are getting your own experiences.
Yep.
Son.
Yep. And we and it's, at the end of it, it's bittersweet, but you can't give up.
Yep.
You still got to keep going. Imagine the apostles, they were teaching for 7 years straight from 2000 after being an Israelite wasn't fun no more to continue going. How many of us would have did that? 2000, it was fun back then too, a little bit.
Yeah.
They kept laboring, and then the Lord eventually blessed them, man. Now imagine the demons that came with being mocked. I thought y'all said the world was going to end. But still going out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Man.
Keep going, brother.
1 Peter 5 and 3. It says, don't lord over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your own good example.
Don't lord over. Somebody look up the word lord over. Don't lord over the people, all right? Not by constraint, I believe is what it says, right?
The prior verse. Yeah.
Yep. Read it again.
1 Peter 5 and 3 in the NLT, it says, don't lord over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your own good example.
Right, you ain't supposed to lord over the flock, man. That's wicked, man. Putting dudes in bondage, getting all up into marriages. Like, what are you doing? That's wicked, man. Marriage counselor. You got a garbage pail kid married doing marriage counseling. That's crazy. How the hell is he qualified to selling Hebrew names? These guys got a long rap sheet and you all are just willing to throw it, sweep it under the rug because he cried on camera. Tyrese did too. What more you want from me? We'll make him righteous. Now, can the man eventually be, forgiven and right with the Lord? Absolutely. But we're saying you got to come correct. What you got?
Oh, that word Lord, lording over.
Mm-hmm.
In that First Peter 5 and verse 3.
Yep.
It's in the Greek is katatario.
Mm-hmm.
And the outline biblical usage is to bring under one's power, to subject oneself, to subdue, master, to hold in subjection, to be master of, exercise lordship over.
Right, that show enough spirit.
Yeah.
And that's exactly who they act like. Who's the master?
Showed up.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, man.
Hey, yo, Leroy, you warmed up yet?
You get out to the Strongs too, Kadar says example control.
Oh yeah.
To control.
Yeah.
Now there is a certain, level of order that is supposed to be laid down, but come on, man. It's got to be through the Spirit. Let's read a little bit more. Would anybody else got anything else? We close out. Go ahead.
Kind of verse 4. And when the great shepherd appears, you will receive a crown of never-ending glory and honor.
Mm.
Then,
That's it.
see, when the Lord comes back, when he gets his shine,
Right. Absolutely. He got to get his shine first. Jake want they shine now.
Yep. Right.
Before Yahweh Shai gets his shine, they want to shine.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
You know?
You didn't go on the cross.
Right?
And then like you read up in 4, my phone tripping. You got it, bro. You see this here? Finish this. You got it. Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of verse 5, it says, in the same way,
We'll read 4 again. And
4,
then you
okay.
say what you want to say.
No, it's at 3 where it says, believe them by your own good example. You're supposed to pattern yourself after good works.
Yeah.
That's how you lead by your own good, because you're supposed to pattern yourself. That's what Titus.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it was on earth what our apostles, the elders, and the men on down, man.
That's right.
The bishop,
Right. You damn sure don't push crip culture.
Right. That's not a good example.
You a chief priest and a crip at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the streets to the truth to the streets. Y'all don't even see my mission, man. You nasty nigga, man.
You got it. Put that.
Johnny, you want me to read 4 again?
Yep.
Kind of 1 Peter 5 and 4.
And y'all think we mean, what do you think? Imagine him being sitting in front of Aaron, since he loves the Levitical priest. What do you think Aaron would have told that guy?
Money.
Oh, yeah.
And when the
What do you think John the Baptist thinks about ISUPK saying he wasn't a man of the Lord, he wasn't in the truth? How is these things able to be said and no Israel don't make a big fuss, but we condemn a pegger and we're the worst niggas in the world? Go ahead.
1 Peter 5 and 4. And when the great shepherd appears, you will receive a crown of never-ending glory and honor.
Woo! If you just do the right thing, man. Just like Yahweh Shai. Basically, so get Philippians 2 real quick, and then we'll read a little bit more of that and we'll close it out. Philippians 2, you must have the same mind in you that Yahweh Shai had. Now, mind you, Yahweh Shai was the top spirit from the heavens coming to the earth.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is Philippians chapter 2.
Read it in the NLT, if you got it.
Oh,
Yep, you got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
We read 2, right?
Yep.
This is Philippians 2 and verse 2. It says, then make me truly happy by agreeing.
No, Philippians 2, keep this, you must have the same.
Verse 5.
Oh, it's like verse 5. Philippians 2, verse 5. You must have the same attitude that Mashiach Yahushua had.
And be mindful that we read the NLT because it's you know, the old English can sometimes be a little confusing, but you got to be spiritually discerned too. King James is the best translation, but sometimes reading out of the NLT hits the point a little better.
Right.
Okay, but you got to be spiritually discerned because the NLT and these different translations do walk. Even the King James at certain points could be, you know, subject to scrutiny, but it's the best as far as, you know, being translated directly from the Greek and the Hebrew into the Old English. That's why it says "Thou sayest."
Yeah.
So you'll read that and it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But when you read some of these Paul's writings in the NLT, it kind of brings the whole point home a little better. So that's why you see us reading out of these versions like that. Okay, you may have some Israelite watching saying we're going off. Well, okay, well, you do your video. Go ahead.
It says, though he was a power, because it says in KJV, say, who being in the form of Yahweh.
Start over.
This is Philippians 2, verse 5. You must have the same attitude that Mashiach Yahushua had. Though he was a power of Yahweh, he did not think of equality with Yahweh as something to cling to.
See, basically, he was given authority from the top creator. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't take that position when he came. This is why Sakari and Genesis be like, well, we ain't got to bow to him, because when he came to the earth, he didn't come to be bowed to.
Right.
He came to serve. He didn't want fame. But you best believe right now, as he's on the right-hand side, all of them angels are bowing to him.
Right.
And your black ass better. And if you don't want to, you can be slave.
Yep.
Here you got a mere mortal man talking about, I don't worship Yahweh, which worship just means reverence.
Yep.
Y'all idolizing Yahweh, y'all making him. How can Yahweh be an idol?
Here is my dear beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. Hear ye
Of
him.
course.
So you Israelites are gone. If you think that these guys are just off the hook because he did an apology, nah, man. It's way more wickedness that these guys have pushed and done.
Yep.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Philippians 2 and 7. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. He took the humble position of a slave and was born as a human being. When he appeared in human form, he humbled himself in obedience to Yahweh and died a criminal's death on a cross. Therefore, the Most High Yahweh elevated him to the high place, to the place of highest honor, and gave him the name above all other names.
See that? So that's his rank, his name too. But you see Yahweh Shai, he had to do his job first. Then he got exalted. He had to be humiliated. He had to be humble. He had to be obedient. Okay? He had to use that life and fully give it up to the Most High for the sacrifice to bring us back to the Most High, man. So that's the mindset we got to have. Okay? The simplicity in Yahweh Shai, again, the simplicity in Yahweh Shai wards off pride, vanity, and things that come with this flesh, because we all have vain thoughts. We all have our ideas sometimes. We all have things that creep in our mind. But when you stick to the simplicity of Yahweh Shai, when you ask yourself, will Yahweh Shai be okay with this? Then you can ward out a lot of BS, man.
That's right.
And this is what a lot of men ain't doing, and they're going to be the subject of scrutiny, because we're in a time of judgment. Okay? The new song, it starts off with fear Yahweh Bashmi Ashah, but judgment is coming. So when we see these people get judged, when we see these things happen, you know, and we're not off the hook. We can too be judged. So we ain't just saying all of this is like we good, you know, but dildos ain't cool, man.
Right.
No man of the Lord should be buying no goddamn dildos, man. Especially to be used on himself. He got on that video and said, which I did buy it, but it disappeared. Where's it at? Rubber don't just melt like that, right? Did he melt it? I'm fucking around. Let me stop. Anybody else got anything? All right, man. So hopefully I will edify through the Spirit, man. We will give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
And double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
See the comment?